Hello students, today we start a new topic of a construction management subject and topic is a CPM. So first of all, what is CPM? CPM is a critical path method. So in a CPM network, all the project is divided into number of the job or operation called activities. So here we construct a 2 BHK bungalow or 3 BHK bungalow. So we divide the entire work into numbers of the job or operation. So this job or operation is called activities. So here different activity which take a different time to complete the any particular activity and resource are required are different is also requirement is different for a different activity. So the junction between the activity are known as a event and CPM network are also known as a activity oriented diagram and in which activity is shown by the arrow and sequence in which activity are performed is shown by the sequence of the arrow. So activity A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, etc. And all the activities are dependent to each other or independent with each other. So there are the activities is parallel activity and continuous activities there and CPM networks are generally used for the respective type of the project or for those project which time of completion of each activity can be estimated accurately and for cost estimated or can be made for fair degree of accuracy. So here CPM is useful for a construction project and it is not suitable for a research and development type of the project. Now here for each and every activities different time is required to complete any activity or any job or a work. So here activity duration time. So it is denoted by TE. So here T is a symbol of the activity time duration. So here T show the time and E show the event. So event time is a activity duration time and activity duration time can be fixed on the basis of the two method of different approaches like CPM and single time estimated and another is a part is a three time estimated. So what is single time estimated? So single time estimated is generally uh, used in a CPM network only and this single time estimated only denoted by T and a single time is given is a TE only. So here CPM follow the deterministic approach which assume that enough information is available for each job or operation or activity and a time for completion of the activity can be fixed easily. So it's a single time estimate is sufficient. So here time is a fix, no any extra time is required or not a much more time required for complete the activities. So it's a single time estimate is denoted by TE. Now second time estimate is a three time estimate. So time estimate generally used in a PERT. PERT means program evaluation review technique and PERT follow the probabilistic approach. It's a three time is given for a three time estimate in a PERT. So here there are three time is a TE, TO, TP and TM. So what is TO? O means optimistic time and T is a time and TP. So here P is a pessimistic time and TM is the most likely time. Clear? So these are the TO, TM and TP, TO, TM and TP. So from these three times we calculate only single time is a TE, is a estimated time. Now what is TO? So TO is a time required to complete the activities. Assume that each and every activities everything goes all right, and this is denoted by TO, means optimistic time. Second is a pessimistic time. So pessimistic time, time required to complete the activity assuming that everything goes wrong. So this is denoted by TP, and TM is the most likely time. So time required to complete the activity assuming that only such activities go wrong, and which are normally expected to wrong, and this is represented by Tm. So from the To, Tp and Tm, this equation is generated. So this formula is estimated time formula. So T is equal to To plus 4Tm plus Tp divided by 6. So these are the three time estimated. Now next important point is the earliest accepted event time. So earliest accepted event time is a TE. So the earliest event time or earliest occurrence time, TE is the earliest time at which event can occur, is a TE. Now it is the time by which all the activities discharging into the event under the consideration are complete, and in a CPM network the time to complete the each activities is a Tij, and is I and J is I is a starting point, and J is a ending point of the activities. Now here what is TE? So TE start from the zero. So see this one of the smallest example is here. So in this figure T we write here 0. So from the starting or a beginning of the project, assuming that occurrence time is a 0 time, and here TE expected time to complete the activity A is a T is equal to 8. So after completion of the activities, so another TE value we got is a 8. So for the event 2 is the end of the activity A, and completion duration T is a 8 day. So every hence event 2 occurs is a 0 plus 8. So 0 plus 8 is equal to 8 is a event 2 is the end of the activity A, and similarly event 3 is end of the activity B, and start from the 8 days. So here event B, sorry, activity B start from the 8 days, and time required to complete the activity B is a 10 days. So summation of the T plus small te is equal to 18. So capital TE is a 18 days, is a total 18 days requirement to complete the activity B. So these are the simple formula for finding out the TE. So here this formula is given, TEJ is equal to TEI plus TIJ. So here what is I and what is J? So in a I and J, so this part show the I and this part show the J, and TIJ is a this one value is a TIJ. Clear? So here TEI is a 0 and TJ is equal to 8 and TIJ is a 8. So these are the simple formula for finding out the earliest time. Similarly, latest allowable occurrence time. So the latest allowable occurrence time is the latest allowable event time is the latest time by which an event must take the place if the total project time is not a exceed schedule time. It is denoted by the TL. L is a latest allowable occurrence time, and if the schedule completion time TS is the project is given, so latest event time of the end event will be equal to TS, and if this schedule completion time is not specified, then TL taken is equal to earliest time. Now here this two important line is given for finding out the TL value. So the method of calculating the TL is just a reverse of that of the calculating of the TE. So by subtracting the duration of a succeeding activity along with the longest path starting at the final event. So here start with a simple small example and figure. So here how to find the TL value. So here we already know about the T0, how to find the T value. Now at the end of the we got the T value. So after getting the T value, same value write as a TL value. Same TL value write it here. Then after 24 minus 6, 24 minus 6 we got answer is a 18. So TL value for event 3 is a 18. Then after 18 minus 10 we got the event value for a 2 is a 8, and 8 minus 8, so event value of the 1 is a 0. So here in a T, for finding out the T we require the summation, and for finding out the TL we require subtract the value. So here equation for finding out the TL formula is given. So TLI is equal to TLJ minus TIJ. So these are the important formula for finding out the TL and TI. Now standard and finish time of the activity. So what is standard and finish time of the activity? So here as a CPM network are activity oriented, and the following activities time are useful for network calculation. So here earliest starting time, earliest finish time, latest starting time and latest finish time. So these are the main four time is there. So EST, EFT, LST and LFT. So what is EST? EST is the earliest starting time. So it can be defined as the earliest time by which an activity can be started. So it is equal to the earliest event time of the preceding event, or event at the total event at the tail of the activity arrow. So EST is the earliest event time of its tail, and EST is equal to EFT of tail event TEI. Similarly, EFT, earliest finish time. So it is defined as the earliest time by which an activity can be finished. So it is equal to the earliest starting time plus duration of the completion of the activity. So EST plus activity duration, TI plus TIJ. TEI plus TIJ is the earliest finish time. Next is a latest starting time. So LST is a it can be defined as a latest starting time by which activity can be started without delaying the completion of project. So it can be equal to latest finish time minus activity duration. So LFT minus activity duration. So TLJ minus TIJ is a equation for the LST, latest starting time. Now another is the latest finish time. So LFT defined as the latest time by which an activity can be finished without delaying the completion of project. So it is equal to the latest allowable occurrence time of the event at the head of the arrow, and LFT is a latest event time of the head activity arrow. So is equal to LFT is equal to TLJ. Now GTU examination. This type of the example asked in a GTU. Now, next we take a simple small example like this. So, for example, consider the network shown in a figure 4.2. So here t is equal to 0. Then after activity A time duration is given 8. T is equal to 8. Then after activity B time duration t is equal to 10 and t is equal to 18. So 8 plus 10 is equal to 18. Then after activity C time duration is a 6. 18 plus 6 is equal to 24. Now what is EST? We find out for activity 2 3. So this one is a 2 3 activity, means activity for activity B earliest starting time is 8. So TEI is equal to 8 because we are already find out 8 value. So earliest event time of its uh, tail. So earliest finish time of the tail event is earliest starting time of the activity B. Then after earliest finish time is the earliest starting time plus activity duration. So earliest finish time is 18. So earliest starting time is 8 plus time duration is 10. 8 plus 10 is equal to 18. So this one is the earliest finish time. Then after latest starting time, so latest finish time minus time duration Tij. So latest finish time is 18 minus 10, means here 18 minus 10. So it's latest starting time, this one. And then after latest finish time of the activity is latest event time of the hair arrow is a latest finish time. So it's 18. So we latest finish time is also we take a 18. Clear? Now next topic we start floats. So the total float denoted by the flexible range within which the activity started time or its finish time may be fluctuated without affecting the total project duration. So here there are the four type of the float is that total float, free float, independent float and interfering float. So one by one we discuss on it. So first we start with a total float. So what is total float? So total float, it is the time span by which the starting or finish of the activity can be delayed without affecting the overall completion of the time project. So here total float equation is a LFT minus EFT. So what is LFT? Latest finish time minus earliest finish time is a total float. Clear? Then after another is a free float. So what is free float? So it is the time duration by which activity can be delayed without delaying any other succeeding activity. So free float FF is the earliest of the following activity EFT minus EFT of the activity. So another word TEJ minus TEI minus TIJ. So these are the free float equation. Then after another is a independent float. So IDF, short form is the IDF. So it is the access time available if the preceding activity ends as late as possible and a succeeding activity start as early as possible. So IDF is a FF minus SI. So FF minus tail event slack. Another equation we are using like a TJ minus TLI minus TIJ. Another four type of the float is interfering float, IF. So interfering float is a different type of the float of the difference between the total float and free float. So equation is total float minus free float. So these are the equation we are using TF minus FF. So it's in interfering float. Now next topic is start is a critical path. So the difference between the earliest finish time and latest starting time, or sorry, earliest finish time and latest finish time, given time available for a delay and is known as a float, and the sum of the event EFT and LFT are same. So this one is an important point. EFT and LFT are same. So these events have a no float at all. Such events are known as a critical event. So path joining the critical events is known as a critical path. So it is shown by the dark line or a dark thick line, and the activity laying along the critical path are known as a critical activity, and thus the critical path is the longest path along the network, and which is required the longest time for a project from starting to its completion, and decide the time of completion of the project as a whole. So entire project total time duration we got from the critical path. So here in the next lecture we take examples of the critical path method. So here we complete our topic. Thank you.